Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you something that's going to add a lot of value to your forex knowledge. Okay, so you need to pay absolute attention to what I'm going to be teaching you in this particular video. All right, so the very first thing, before I go into the video proper, I need to remind you that we have just about today is 18, so we have about, I think, 12 days or thereabouts to the end of the year. Okay, and the 50% discount for December is still ongoing on all services, so you need to actually do your best to take advantage of that. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So the very first thing, what I want to teach you today has to do with order flow, just as you can see in the description. Okay, so the thing is, order flow is a very powerful ideology that you need to understand in order to actually make money from this market. Okay, so many of you are already familiar with order block. Okay, but the thing is, a lot of people don't really know what order flow is all about. So in this video, I'll teach you that and how you can take advantage of it. If you remember, sometimes when you trade, as if you've experienced it before, you would notice that you find a very good level for your order block, and then price moves away from that order block. You're expecting price to return to that level, and maybe you take either a sell trade or a buy trade. But what you notice is that price comes close to your order block but does not tap into your order block. Then it moves in the direction you predicted, in the direction you analyzed. So a lot of people don't know why that happens, and it's just because of order flow. After this video, that will not be a problem anymore, because you would understand why it happens like that. Okay, so what you get is in-depth knowledge, from this particular video. Okay, so if you are in a downtrend, pay attention. If you are in a downtrend, the last up close candles before a downward continuation that breaks structure, that is your order flow. So now we are in a downtrend. Okay, so look at this. You see these three bullish candles you see here. Okay, these bullish candles you see here, these three bullish candles, that's your order flow. So all you just need to do is you place an horizontal line to mark out the boundary of those three candles like this. Okay, so that is your order flow, and as you can see, when a bearish candle broke below it, we had a retest of it, and then price continued in the downwards direction. Okay, so just follow me, you will see why your order block does not work sometimes. Okay, an order block is a narrowed down area of an order flow. Okay, so out of these three candles now, 1, 2, 3, if you were to draw your order block, you only want to use this last bullish candle. Okay, so it worked perfectly fine this time because the order flow and the order block are kind of, having the same range. All right, so in a situation whereby the order block is at an extreme and then the first candle of the order flow is like lower, what will happen is price can tap into the order flow and continue without getting to the order block. I have a lot of examples that will show you, so probably we see that play out. Okay, so what we have here, just a single candle. We need more than one. So right here, these two bullish candles is another flow. So I'll just mark out the boundary like this. You can see what's going on. Price broke below, retested with another bullish candle and pushed in the downwards direction. Fine, let's go. So same thing happening here. Two bullish candles, price breaks below, you would expect a retest of that. Okay, hope you've seen that. So price came back into the region and pushed in the downward direction. Okay, so look at this again right here. These bullish candles form your order flow, so you have to mark out the boundary. I have this right here and I have that right there. So price breaks below, retest it, good. This is a very good example. Look at this. This is the boundary of your order flow. Okay, these up close candles before the downwards movement. Now price broke below the low of the order flow. You're expecting a retest of the order flow region. Price came back to retest with these bullish candles you're seeing here, and then did what? Pushed in the downwards direction. Let me shift it a little. Okay, you can see the way price pushed downwards. Okay, now price did not get to this third candle here, which is your order block. So that's the way it plays out sometimes. So price might not get to your order block. It will just retest the order flow and push in the downwards direction. Okay, so basically that's just what order flow is all about. Look at this right here also. I just moved backwards randomly. Look at this. This is an order flow. Why this one on top? This first candle here is the order block. Let's mark out the order flow. Order flow from here to here. Okay, so price broke below. Price broke below and did what? Retested the order flow and aimed to move downwards. Let's see if it attacked him to the order block. It did not. It just kept moving in the downwards direction. Do you see that? Price just kept moving downwards. Can you see that? Price moved downwards without coming where? Without coming to this first, or let me call it third candle. If I'm looking at it from above, it's the first candle, but from below is the third candle. Okay, without getting to this candle, which we usually use as our order block. So if you were to mark out an order block, this is what you would have done. Let me copy this. Okay, this is what you would have done, something like this. So this would have been your order block. This area would have been your order block. Now price did not get to the order block. Price just tested the order flow and kept moving downward. So I believe those of you that are actual traders, this must have happened to you, and you might not know why it happened. So it happened because price mitigated an order flow region and not your order block. Your order block is just the extreme portion of an order flow. So the idea behind order block is just for you to have a greater risk to reward ratio, because somebody entering from here, you know, the risk to reward ratio the person would have on the trade will be less compared to someone entering from this higher level. Okay, if you enter a sell trade at this higher level, your risk to reward will be more. But what has an advantage has a disadvantage. So the disadvantage of always waiting for price to get to this order block is that you will miss out on some trades. While the disadvantage of always taking trades from the order flow is that your trades will always be, maybe 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, whereas if you had entered from the order block, you would have gotten 1 to 2.5 or 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. All right, so basically I hope you got some value from this particular video.